How's it going, you guys? Welcome to another episode of I'm just living, I'm just fucking living. And sometimes I record myself living. And sometimes people watch it. Welcome to another episode of that. Hi, how's it going? It's February. Welcome to a February vlog. And I'm getting started on a new painting. Yeah, so since I wrapped up that fish one, like a couple months ago or whatever, this whole area has been kind of bare, and I've been itching to start something new. And yeah, I kind of want to do something for myself. I have a lot of ideas for, doing just paintings for around the house. We have a big empty wall in the kitchen that would be nice to just fill with something, right? So I thought it would be nice to just get started on something. I don't know how long this is going to take me. It's probably going to take me a while, but it's going to be nice to have something going over here that when I feel like painting, I can just kind of come over here and start work on etching away at it, rather than the big daunting task of starting something new. So yeah, it's Saturday. I've just cut up, as you guys saw, obviously, I've just cut up some canvas that I'm gonna prime and prep for the beginning of this project. It's very long and wide, as you can see. The area that I'm working with is kind of a bit odd, it's above this kind of cutout area. The house is a split, right? So we have a half level up here, and then a half level down there, and then a half level for the bedrooms and stuff. So it's kind of a weird setup that I just kind of have to work with. So yeah, this is that solution, I guess. Should I steam this? I don't know if you guys can see this or how well you can see from there, but it has some wrinkles in it. And I have a steamer for clothes. I wonder if I steam it, if the wrinkles will come out. Because I don't really want to iron this. I guess it's cotton, right? So I could iron it. Maybe I'll steam it. But yeah, I'm just going to be prepping this canvas for the next little while, and then I'm meeting my friend Morg for a little walk at the park, because it's cold out. I think it's -10, a high of -10 today, but the sun is shining, it's beautiful out, and it should be nice. I'll just bundle up, wear my warm hiking boots and wool socks, and yeah, should be nice. Yeah, so the last painting that I did, I feel when I gessoed it, I maybe made the gesso too thick or something. Every time I paint, right, because I do it on unstretched canvas, and I don't really want to stretch the canvas on stretcher bars afterwards, and I don't want to just buy, the boxy kind of gallery canvas. I want to paint on unstretched, right, because I just love the look of that kind of tapestry, fabric-y. It feels much more natural and I don't know, flowy and soft. I don't know, I like it. But it does come with some challenges, because once I gesso, obviously the canvas will shrink a little bit, and then as I paint on it, there can be warps. So I don't know how to balance that out. I'm using number 12 duck canvas, so that's pretty thick. It's not the thickest you can get. I think the next time I buy canvas, once I'm all finished with this roll, I'll buy something even thicker. Yeah, I think part of the problem maybe was I should probably use a thinner mixture of gesso and water, and then just apply, I don't know actually if I have to apply more layers. Maybe I need less gesso just in general. So I'll make the gesso compound or whatever much more watery, and then apply a couple layers and then see how that feels. Because I don't want it to be if you apply too much gesso, it makes the surface like hard, right? And I still want the fabric to feel like fabric, but I also want like a decent surface to paint on that will receive paint well, or like ink. So it's a bit of a balancing act, and I feel like this is something that keeps me from painting more, or it's like one of the challenges that I tell myself, or like I one of the excuses that I make for myself as to why I don't paint more is because of prep, and because I'm not like 100% sure how to go about this. And I found it's like a little bit difficult to find resources on painting on unstretched canvas, because it, like, if you don't intend to stretch it later, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't do that because of, like, obviously it's unpredictable and it's not the best surface to paint on, but we're figuring it out. And I feel like for something like this, that's just going to be for, you know, my own kitchen wall, we can try things and like learn and figure it out, right? This is the gesso that I use. It's acrylic gesso, and I mix it with water. So maybe that's like one of the challenges that is an issue. Maybe there's like a different kind of gesso or like prep material that I could be using.
But I have this big bucket of it, so I'm just going to use this.
Okay, what would a good ratio be? It's hard to say. But yeah, I gotta go in like an hour-ish. So I think I'm just gonna do like one layer of this and then let it dry. And then when I get back, I can do another layer. I have this mini whisk. I forget, like I must have bought like, I have a big whisk as well, and it must have come with like this mini one and then the big one. So the mini one I've just donated to myself to use for this. Okay, so in the past, I remember I would mix like a pretty thick consistency. I'd say like a sauce consistency, but this time I'm gonna try for more like a milk kind of consistency, or like, you know, milk or cream. Okay, I'll go with that. Good enough, and we shall see. Okay, so as you can see, the like cardboard like backing that we're using is just slightly too short, right? Which I guess I should have taken into consideration when I was cutting out my my canvas, but whatever, we'll work with it. She'll be fine. And got my big gesso applique brush. Load her up and we'll just freaking go for it, my bros. But yeah, how's it going, guys? How are you all doing? How's your February going? I know my last vlog was all about like how difficult Januaries are and how like kind of, I don't know, slow and sometimes depressing these months can be. But so far, and I guess February has just started, so could be getting ahead of myself here. So far February has been pleasant, you know? I feel like I ended January on kind of like a peaceful note, kind of an accepting note of where I was. And yeah, now I'm just kind of feeling all right. February is also my birthday month, so that's fun. And yeah, I don't know. I've come into this month out of like the bit of a struggle that January was, with a appreciation for that struggle. I know it's like, it feels kind of like toxic positivity-y, or like kind of like annoyingly positive or whatever, but I've been kind of vibing with the idea of like appreciating the difficulties in life, or appreciating the lows and the struggles, because like truly, honestly, those are the moments of growth, you know? If things were just all great all the time, then it would be hard to grow, because you never really have to encounter the difficult parts of yourself or like run into challenges. But obviously, like when you're in it, it's hard to see it like that. It always comes in hindsight, these kinds of feelings of appreciation, but they're there nonetheless, you know? So that's how I'm feeling coming into this month, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to, I don't know, have the clarity, I guess, to see the positive side of some slowness or some struggle or some challenges. And I feel like I'm running out of gesso already, which is fine. I can make more, but damn. But yeah, so my last painting, the fish painting, was all done in like a earthy, orangey red, right? And that was to kind of match with my friend's furniture and space or whatever, because she had those tones kind of already going. So I just chose that color to literally match. But for this one, it's a little bit more open, and I'm kind of thinking I want to do like another monotone composition. I feel like I'm really drawn to monotone kind of vibes. I'm doing an entire composition just with different shades and layers and tones of the same color. And I kind of want to try like a blue this time, either like a deep kind of like oceany blue, or maybe slightly green, make it feel natural. You know, I want this painting to be like, if it's gonna live in the kitchen is like the heart of the home, you know? And it's like the first place I go when I wake up. It's where I do my little coffee making ritual. And so I feel like a blue or like a green kind of vibe would be nice and calming. So I don't know. I have like a vague idea of what I want the actual composition of this to be, and like the subject matter or whatever. But in terms of, you know, doing any actual like sketching or figuring out, I haven't really started on that yet. Okay, yeah, got one layer on. I feel like it's already starting to shrink a little bit, because now it fits pretty well on this board. So that's good. One problem solved. And then I also have this little baby one. In sculpture, it's called a maquette. I don't know what the word is for like paintings specifically, but like, you know, when people do a painting, they'll do like a smaller, less intense version first. So that's what I think I'm going to do on this one. It's like obviously much tinier. It's 1/6 or like 6 times the size as of the big guy. But I think it'll be good just to like, I don't know, have something physical that I'm kind of figuring it out and like being able to touch. Obviously, like, even though it's much smaller, I think it'll still be good to have just to like loosen me up and give me a better idea. Because yeah, I feel like when I don't know, figuring out the composition and then going into the like large scale painting right from digital, that's a big jump, right? So I kind of want to add a step in between just to, I don't know, I guess like give me some confidence once I do the big one. I feel like that was like a big part of what was holding me back for the fish painting, and why it took me so fucking long was because I was literally figuring it out as I went, kind of. Like I knew what it was going to look like. I had it mapped out digitally, but yeah, the painting itself was very intimidating. Not to mention tedious, and took a lot of meticulous etching away at it. So I guess that was a contributor as well to how long it took. But yeah, feeling good about this. I feel like, and I guess I'll like kind of look at it once it's completely dry. But I'm kind of feeling like one more layer of this kind of like milk consistency primer, gesso, whatever, will be enough, right? Because the ink, the paint just needs something to kind of grab onto that isn't just raw cotton or like raw fabric, something to sit on top of. So I think that'll be enough. In the past and with the fish painting, I think it was like 3 layers of decently like goopy consistency gesso. So gonna cut that down a lot and see how it works. I think it'll be good. But yeah, first layer, finito. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, I'm so tired. I just had a little NASA nap. You know, the exactly 26-minute nap. And that kind of helped. Yeah, I'm just feeling a little groggy, a little sleepy, a little tired. Because I got up early this morning to go to yoga. It's Sunday, okay? And I figured it would be a nice little time to have some tea. A little caffeine burst to pick me up. I was thinking maybe hojicha, but actually I might do my my delicious roasted sencha that I got in Osaka last time I was there. But yeah, this framing is silly. I'm just gonna be like this, I guess. Let me see what I can do about this. My camera's literally balancing on my rice cooker right now, and then I have like something that the lens is leaning on. So this is fine. I'm still getting used to how kind of cropped in the lens that I'm using is, even with the wide angle converter. Yeah, still, you know, working out all of the creaks and shit. But yeah, other than, you know, my little grogginess or feelings of being tired or whatever, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling pretty, you know, at peace and clear and good and all that. Yesterday, after I got back from our little walk and then did more of the, I don't even know if you can see it, just like slightly in frame here, did another coat of gesso on the canvas, which I think, like, it's good now. I don't think I'm gonna add any more. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It definitely did shrink a bunch. Let me measure it. So originally, I think I cut like 72 inches, and now it is sitting at 69.5 inches. So it did shrink down a decent amount. And then height-wise, I did 31 inches, and now it's like 30 inches. So that's good, that's fine. I think that works. And yeah, I did that, and then I I don't know, I didn't really feel like starting to figure out like the actual composition or content of what I'm gonna do for the painting. So I thought I would take a little break and play some God of War. I started playing God of War Ragnarok. I played God of War, the one before this one, like years ago when it was still relevant, before Ragnarok came out, and I fucking loved it. It's really good. I love games that, first of all, it's really fun to play. Like, I feel like the action and the exploration and everything, it's just, in my opinion, it's paced really well. It's really fun to play. I love the characters. The combat is great. The mechanics and everything. But also the story. And like, you play as a like Spartan god or whatever, but you're just running around with your son and like the little adventures that you get up to. It's just cute and wholesome and it's fun. I like it. So God of War Ragnarok, okay, is the one after that, and it's just the continuation of that story. Sorry, my kettle's just heating up, so it might get a little bit loud. So now the son's a little bit older, he's a little bit more capable, and yeah, you just continue on with the story. And when I first started playing it, I found that I was like kind of having trouble getting into the flow of like enjoying the game. So I would only really play for like an hour at a time, if that. So I only expected to like sit down and play for a little while and then feel like moving on. But this time playing it, I started to get into the story and like have lots of fun, and I didn't want to stop. So that's pretty much what I did for the rest of the day. I just gamed, which is fine. I guess it was a gaming kind of day. That's what it ended up being. So yeah, and then today I did play a little bit of God of War just now before I took my nap. And now it's 1:30. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'm ready to kind of maybe do some stuff. Let me get my tea. Let me finish that up. And then we'll go chat over there. So I need a mug. Yeah, but hi. What was I gonna say? Yeah, yesterday I definitely felt, some sort of resistance within. I felt a little bit off, when you have those kinds of days. And yeah, I think I was struggling with a couple different things, and I feel like I have clarity today looking back on it. Funny how that works, as always. I was kind of maybe the weight of like starting a new project and like getting the canvas prepped and everything, and then like starting the vlog, and then another kind of weight in the back of my mind that I was kind of stuck on was my Patreon stuff. I haven't posted in a while, and I haven't posted like a video walkthrough in a while. So then I was telling myself like, oh, okay, maybe I should film that. So I was meaning to film that, but yeah, all of these things together was kind of like getting me in like a weird place where I felt off, and then so I didn't really end up doing much other than prepping the canvas and vlogging a little bit, obviously. So yeah, and then I ended up playing games for the rest of the night, which was fine because, I feel like I can tell when I'm just using games to avoid something or just like get through a day or whatever. But I was actually enjoying, the gaming that I was doing. So that was fine. I needed that rest. But yeah, today I am kind of feeling better. I'm more able to remind myself that like whatever's going on in my mind, I guess using like the Patreon anxiety for an example, yesterday when I was less able to kind of take myself out of like anxious thinking or whatever, or like overthinking, those like thought spirals that I just like follow around when I'm not catching myself doing that, that negative thought pattern or whatever was kind of dancing around like
insecurities around like, okay, so I need to post on Patreon, and I need it to be this specific video thing because I haven't done it in a while, and my patrons are all waiting for me to do that. And I was just like piling pressure on myself for no reason. And then so that I feel like was a big contributor to why I felt off. And then today, maybe with the rest that I had last night that I allowed myself, and then sleeping, and then today yoga was really helpful in the morning. I was able to remind myself that like, okay, my mind is doing something right now, right? Using this Patreon worry as a example, but I can remember that I don't need to go along with whatever my thoughts are doing, right? So if my mind is going like, oh, if I don't do this, then everybody's gonna hate me and they're all gonna fucking cancel their patronships, and they're all gonna fucking leave disappointed and upset and not like me anymore, and my life is going to be ruined. That's the negative spiral. So I can see that and hear it in my own head, and then realize that like, okay, I don't have to identify with that thought pattern. I can take myself out of it and then begin to like rationalize why that's silly, right? Everything that comes up now when I say it out loud, like none of my patrons have told me that they're having a bad time or anything, right? And if people do cancel, it's you know, usually their own reasons or whatever, but it has nothing to do with, you know, the quality of what I'm doing, or it has nothing to do with my worth as a human, which is where my like negative thought spirals want to go. But yeah, today, like with the clarity of a new day or whatever, I'm able to see that now, that like I can only assume that everything is chill and everything is good unless people tell me otherwise, right? Like I can't go on living imagining that everybody's like secretly mad at me or secretly disappointed in me when there's no evidence for that, you know? So yeah, that's just one of the things. And then like even rationalizing like the more positive thoughts around like the Patreon insecurities or whatever that I have, that's still in its own way kind of getting wrapped up in what's going on up here. Because at the end of the day, you know, if we're talking like grand scale, if we're talking about like existentially, and this goes with anything, like at the end of the day, we're all just here and then we die, right? We're all just living our little lives on this little planet in a big, big universe. And then one day we die. So like, if one day when I should post something on Patreon and I don't feel the energy to, and so I end up not, if that happens, then it's just so completely inconsequential, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's helpful to remind myself of that every now and then, that, you know, it's all just, you can just have fun with everything. Like nothing needs to be so serious, especially when like the mind wants to create such like serious, like debilitating anxiety around literally the tiniest thing, and things that most of the time aren't even fucking real, or don't even have evidence to support them being real worries or you know, probable to happen. So yeah, that's I don't know, I guess just a reflection on that. And with that being said, I still probably should post something on Patreon today, but I think I'm just gonna post some sketchbook scans because, like I said, I don't know, I'm feeling groggy. I guess I don't feel the energy to do a video walkthrough, even though I'm talking to you guys on the vlog right now. There's different energies for different things, I guess. So And yeah, that'll be fine, you know? And whenever I feel ready, whenever I feel excited to film a video walkthrough or something more chatty, then I'll do that. But there's literally no reason that I have to force myself to post a specific type of thing on Patreon if it's not like, you know, promised or expected. I'll do that. I'll drink my tea. I'll have a chill little time, maybe meditate a little bit. And then, I don't know. I haven't sketchbooked in a while. Yesterday when I was at the cafe, I had a few minutes to just doodle a little bit, people around me, and that was nice. So I don't know. Maybe some sketchbook time would be nice today, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Where the day brings me. So yeah, chat later.
Hey guys, how's it going? One second. Let me just elevate you a little bit. So I've discovered, or not discovered, I've always known this, but if I lock the focus on my face, then my lens won't do the annoying, like, that. So I'm just gonna like pick a good kind of distance maybe, and then I wonder like how can I lock focus on my face. Okay, I'm gonna leave my chair. Is my chair in frame? Can I reach it? Because if I lock focus, okay, let's try this. Okay, if I do that, will I be out of focus? Am I out of focus? Like right now I am, obviously. But like, is this okay? Okay, 1 second. Oh, what a mess. What are we even doing here, you know? Okay. And then we're locked. So if I like stay in this general distance, it should be fine, right? I can't see if I'm in focus or not, but we'll just call this good. I'm assuming this is fine. Please excuse me if it's not. We're still learning. Yeah, hi. It is Monday evening. and I've had a nice little day just working. I went to a cafe and did some work. I'm working on a, like, what do I call it? It's like, it's an illustration project for a public art kind of organization or whatever downtown. And yeah, I applied to make art for like e-scooter parking panels or whatever. And so I got selected, so that's cool. And I need to have the illustrations done by February 23rd. But I'm doing a bit of traveling in February, so I kinda ideally would like to have it done this week. So yeah, that's just gonna be kind of my main project for this week. I haven't signed anything saying that like I can't show you guys, as far as I can recall, so I'm just gonna do it. Let's see, what can I show you? Okay, so basically, right, I'm just doing 4 isometric panels. Oh, this is not gonna work because my focus is locked. Okay, unlock focus so I can show you. What a mess. Okay, so this is one of the panels. It's just like an isometric city view or whatever of my city, different like hotspots downtown. Just with like a bunch of people walking and scootering and driving by and yada yada. And that's basically it. It's just like 4 different real locations that are hopefully going to be, you know, recognizable to anybody who lives here. And there's the last one. I had to change this one so it doesn't have any people in it or anything, but that's kind of the landscape. So yeah, it's in this like isometric style that I've done lots of isometric before. Okay, I guess I should relock my focus. Ugh. What was I saying? Yeah, I've done lots of isometric illustration in the past, and this just seemed to match the best with, I don't know, the prompt or whatever, and this is just what came to mind for me. And they liked the idea, so that's what I'm going with. So yeah, should be good. Isometric illustration is pretty fun to do. It just kind of takes a lot of planning and structuring and figuring out, because you gotta like build everything basically. So that's gonna take up a decent chunk of my time, I'm assuming, for this week. So that's fun. But yeah, I ate dinner pretty early because I was really hungry. I didn't really have lunch. Because after the cafe, I had therapy. So I went to therapy, and it was good. You know, I talked to my therapist about like a bunch of, I don't know, all of the reflectioning and revelations that I've had since we last talked in January. Yeah, I was talking about, I've been thinking a lot about my identity. And what brought this on was I've started reading or listening to the audiobook for The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Okay, it's kind of adjacent to The Power of Now, or like Eckhart Tolle's stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to start a new book that was kind of, you know, along the same lines and had really good reviews and everything, but was by a different author, because I didn't want to get like all of my perspectives from a single guy. And yeah, really good book. I finished it like a few days ago or whatever, and I've kind of been going back to different chapters and re-listening to things. But one of the things that he talks about is how your identity is kind of something that's built up by your like mind or like your ego or your psyche or whatever to protect you from things or whatever. So for example, for me, I've kind of built up an identity for myself of being like this like high performing, admirable, likable, talented, like good person. And so anything that kind of challenges that, or anything that I come across that feels like I'll need to like dance along the line of what my identity is, scares me, right? And I want to pull back. For example, like when it comes to, I don't know, likability or being seen as like somebody that is admired or somebody who's good at what they do, that kind of puts a hindrance on me in terms of like art. If I want to try something new, it makes it terrifying, because if I'm trying to maintain this identity of like knowing what I'm doing, always, being like good at stuff and like talented and people thinking or people being impressed with me, then it's like if I make myself vulnerable and do something that I know I'm probably going to be like not great at to start, obviously, if it's something new, then I just like don't want to do it. I don't want to try because I want to keep a safe distance to protect my identity of just being somebody who is good at stuff and doesn't fail much. And like, I feel like this has to do with, like the gifted kid syndrome or whatever. Like growing up, I've talked about this before, like I've always been good at art, right? So while that has helped me and given me lots of confidence growing up and given me the confidence to pursue art as a career and make it like my main thing in life, it also, comes along with its challenges, because it's like, yes, I'm great at this one thing, or I'm great at, sticking within the style that I know, or like, I've just said this a bunch of times, like my line art and doing illustrations that are line based are kind of like what I'm good at and what I'm comfortable with. So anything outside of that, and I feel like the reason why I don't do a lot of like traditional painting or even digital painting, I don't allow myself to like explore too much, because I'm protecting myself within the boundaries of this identity that I've built for myself. That's good and fine, of course, but I have these ideas of like things that I want to do and ways that I want to grow, and like I want to do more traditional work. And like obviously like I've got a new painting started and stuff, and like the last painting I did, like I said, took me so fucking long, because it's just such a uncomfortable struggle getting myself to like do something that I'm not comfortable with, or that I'm not very good at. And I'm sure to a certain extent, like this applies to everybody, like nobody really likes feeling like you're bad at something, right? That's like, especially as an adult. As a kid, you go into something, without a second thought. You just like think it looks fun and you want to try it. But as an adult with like this identity built up, it's harder to break that down and break out of that and just be like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, who cares if I fail? And like it truly, if you do fail, it's something like, trying a new medium in art or whatever. It's not a big deal, right? Like, who fucking cares, truly? But for some reason, because like the shield, the wall that you've built up over your life of like who you are is so thick and so sturdy, it's difficult to get yourself there. And it feels like if you do try to like climb it or mess with it a little bit, it's like you're messing with your own like who you are, and it's threatening, it's scary. So yeah, we talked about that. And so that's been something that's been on my mind for the past little while. And it's good that, like, I feel good that I am aware of it. And being aware of it is obviously, like, the first step. So that, like, knowing that that's the way that I am kind of built, I can feel when I feel the discomfort around any kind of challenge to that identity, and know that that's that, and know that the discomfort that I feel and the fear that I feel around like my identity like breaking down if I do fail, or if I do get rejected, or if I try something and it doesn't work out, I can know that that's just like a false protective layer that I've built over myself, right? And if I could just be, you know, brave enough to step over that or to challenge it a little bit, obviously I'll be fine, you know, if and when I fail. Yeah, it's all in your head, right? It's all just like psychological boundaries that you put on yourself that, you know, do keep you safe or like give you that like false sense of security, I guess, but they also keep you restricted, right? Like you feel like you can't try the things that you want to try. So yeah, with all of that in mind, I don't know, I had an early dinner, like I said, and then I was just kind of sitting and I was going to work on this project or whatever, just like etch away at it, just to get progress done on it. But I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I was just kind of like sitting, and I was stuck in a place of like, I don't really want to do anything. And it would be very easy for me to just like, I don't know, keep watching my show or go and play a video game or, you know, do anything else other than something creative or something that I actually want to do. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling something here. I'm feeling some resistance or tension or whatever is going on. So I'm just going to sit and feel it for a sec. Like literally, I just like did nothing. I wrote down a little bit what I was feeling, and then I just kind of sat there and whatever. And then I kind of decided that like, okay, maybe now's not the time to work. But then if not this, then what can I do? There must be something else that I can do that I actually want to do that can be like restful and restorative. And then I started kind of messing around in my sketchbook. I was like scrolling Pinterest a little bit, like, I don't know, getting some inspiration or looking at some stuff. And am I still in focus? I feel like it's a very, I'm gonna say that this is in focus because that's what I can reach. Okay, hi. Okay, I guess I gotta take this off again. Yeah, because I'm thinking about my next Patreon illustration. Like I said, I'm doing some traveling this month, so it's gonna be pretty busy, and then I have this project stuff that's gonna keep me busy, so I should probably like, I don't know, it would be good maybe to start thinking about my March Patreon rewards, what I'm gonna do for the postcard and stuff. And yeah, this is just what I was kind of messing around with. If y'all can see very well, don't know. And I was just thinking about like what I was talking about, like sitting with discomfort and how to kind of visualize that. And I kind of like what I was doing here. This kind of bottom one, it's like two hands kind of like gripping in pain / discomfort, and from it like some plants or like some natural growth or like a flower is growing from it. And then that's kind of like the beauty that comes from pain or discomfort, or like, you know, moving or I don't want to say surviving, but like, you know, growing past the pain, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on and what I've been thinking about just now. So yeah, and I also kind of think like on the topic of, you know, doing things that are uncomfortable. Let me just tape. I would love, and I would kind of want to challenge myself to do this month's or next month's Patreon thingy traditionally and see how that goes. Or like at least a little bit traditionally, right? I did that one Patreon illustration of like the girl in the tree and then the koalas and stuff. And that was traditional line art that I scanned in and then colored digitally. So that was like cool. It was kind of like a cool, different workflow that incorporated a bit of traditional. But I would like to try and like do this ideally like 90% traditional, and then maybe, you know, touch up or like add some stuff in in digital just to like clean it up or whatever. But yeah, that's my little baby step that I would like to take towards, you know, challenging my own false identity that is holding me back. That doesn't want me to do traditional art, that just wants me to do, you know, my comfy little digital line work and the stuff that I've always done and that I know is tried and true. But that's not how you grow, is it? It can be uncomfortable, and yes, I think baby steps are, you know, the nicer way to do it. You don't want to like fucking break down all of your walls all at once. Maybe you could, but like goddamn, I don't know if I'm ready for that. So yeah, that's the plan for that. Can we put me in frame better? Okay, I'll lock it there, and then I'll kind of sit back here so we can talk. Hi, good morning. Hopefully I'm okay and in focus in this spot. Yeah, hi. I was just journaling this morning. Today's my birthday. I've turned 27 today, and yeah, I'm excited for a nice chill day. It's a Saturday today. I feel like my birthday always tends to land on a weekend, or I feel like it's been that way for many years, so that's nice. But yeah, I've just been kind of, I don't know, meditating on how I was feeling last year, on my birthday, because I remember I vlogged that as well when I turned 26. And it was kind of like a realization around how I put so much pressure on myself day to day. And then when my birthday comes around, I love my birthday so much just because it is a break from the expectation that I put on myself. Like, my birthday is allowed to be chill and I'm allowed to do whatever I want and whatever. Like, even if I do end up working or whatever, it's still, you know, I can do so without the stress and the anxiety and the pressure that I put on myself in my own mind. So remembering that, like, that specifically is how I was feeling last year. And then, I don't know, being able to compare it to this year. Sorry, I'm a little bit cryy because when I was journaling, I was just like going through all of the things that I'm grateful for, and just feeling the joy of, you know, especially in comparison to where I was a year ago today, and my, I don't know, the state of my mind and my thoughts a year ago, and being able to feel just grateful and feel appreciation for life. And even though today is like a special day or whatever, and I'm gonna, you know, take it easy and enjoy it and do whatever I want to do and eat good food and all that, it's just another beautiful day in a beautiful life made up of many days that, you know, not one is better than the other. They're all great. And that's because I can like see now that it's all great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, it's a difficult thing to put into words, obviously, but it's like nothing physically like has changed in my life, or nothing, like, not too much in the situations or the circumstances that make up my life have changed. It's just my way of looking at things, and now, like, I can see, I can understand that, like, there's nothing wrong, you know, so I can just be happy. And yeah, I'm just so grateful, and I'm just so I guess, like, coming from where I was and like struggling through so many years of just creating problems in my own mind, and holding on to negative thoughts and like anxiety spirals and all that, it seems so distant now. It seems like, I don't know, now it's like I'm in comparison to that, I'm just thrilled that, you know, now that I can understand now how life is and how beautiful everything is, and I can be grateful for every day, I get to live the rest of my life like this, however long that may be. Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable, you know, growing up in a world and thinking like I'm gonna have to struggle for my entire life, whether that be through my career, just like having to make money, or you know, mentally trying to work through my past traumas or whatever, get rid of my anxiety, get rid of the negativity that I feel, my fears, my worries, and then now, I don't know, I don't know, I've been feeling this way for months now, right? And I know that throughout this there have been, you know, ebbs and flows, but in general, like, I maintain this appreciation for life. That's just, it's like, it's so miraculous, and I'm so grateful that this is where I am now, and this is where I get to be. So I don't know, that's just how I feel on this perfect day, another one of my perfect days in my perfect life that I get to live, and then I'll die. Whenever that happens is perfect as well. yeah, I can feel certain like anxieties popping up, and I can like observe that in myself of like, I don't know, I'm worried, I guess, or like a worry, I'm observing a worry in myself regarding like me speaking on these like miraculous things that I'm feeling when I can't like explain them. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just fear of judgment, which like I said is just another one of those things that my mind wants to make a problem out of, but there's no problem. It's all good. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, sharing what I want to share, make my videos how I want to make them, have fun with art, enjoy this beautiful thing that I get to spend my life doing, which is creating and making art and sharing it with the world. And yeah, that's all that matters to me, and I get to enjoy every second of it, and that's just so cool. That's just so cool. So that's all. I guess that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to check in, say it's my birthday, and then get on with my day. I think today's going to be my last day for this vlog. I would love to get some good work going on my painting over there that I started at the beginning of the vlog. Just take it very chill, have a great day, and yeah, and then close it out. So yeah, I'm grateful for today. And I'm grateful for this, obviously, as well. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for, I don't know, making my silly little videos and learning and growing the way that I have through, you know, any anxieties or worries that have popped up around, you know, putting myself out there like this and being perceived and all the things that come from that. But it's all a part of the beautiful experience that is life. So yeah, it's just perfect. Hey guys, how's it going? I am wrapping up this vlog via voiceover. Yeah, this final day of me filming, I considered doing an outro, but I really didn't feel like it. The energy level was riding on a low, and that's okay. So I just got some footage of me printing out some reference images. I put together like a little mood board or whatever, and I printed them out on just like 11 by 17 pieces of paper for my painting, because I don't know, I'm so used to using like digital references. I just like open up my Photos app or whatever on my iPad, and I just have that open while I'm painting or drawing or something, even when I'm doing traditional. And yeah, I just I was kind of like reminiscing on when, I don't know, I used to use physical references, or like I would cut and paste things up on the wall, like when I was in school and stuff, and you like put things up and, I don't know, show your process during like a critique or, you know, that kind of thing. I really like the process of pasting things up on a wall, especially when it comes to like your creative process. Something about that, making it like tactile and physical, is just cool to me. So I wanted to do that for the big kitchen painting that I'm working on. Yeah, so that's this footage. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say hello and say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was very chill, you know, I don't know, I really didn't have any plan for it, or any big ideas of things I wanted to film or capture or talk about in specific. I just wanted to do a vlog. I know it's been kind of a minute since my last video, and that's okay, you know, is what I'm telling myself. I feel like lately I've been very much like easing out of the feeling that I need to maintain like a regular uploading schedule. Over the past like year and a half, 2 years of doing YouTube, I've gone through cycles of like uploading once a week and having lots of energy, or, you know, trying to maintain the 2-week upload schedule, sometimes 3-week, but really having to like push and force myself to do that, just for the sake of like, oh, my audience is waiting for me. Everybody, you know, is waiting for my video. They're going to be so disappointed if I don't upload, or if I upload more than 2 weeks apart or whatever. And I know to some extent, like if you watch somebody and you kind of like remember like, oh, they haven't posted in a while, I kind of miss them, I wonder where they are, like there's that. But, you know, I'm sure nobody really is like overly disappointed or overly upset that, you know, videos aren't coming out more frequently. I know how understanding and lovely you guys are. So yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling right now. I know that in the summer I tend to have more energy for videos and stuff like that, especially, you know, being able to go outside and go to the park, and, you know, it's nice outside. I feel like there's more to capture. So it's not to say that, you know, I'm going to slow down my uploading forever, and this is just like the new reality of things. It's just kind of how I'm feeling right now, and I'm kind of being okay with doing a schedule that I am vibing with at the moment. And right now that's a little bit slower. So that'll be what it is for now, and when it picks up, it'll pick up. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not disappearing or anything. I still, you know, enjoy YouTube and doing YouTube videos and want to keep doing them. I just don't want to push myself farther than what feels right. I want to keep enjoying YouTube. So that's where I'm at. That's the little, I guess, housekeeping update in terms of YouTube scheduling. But yeah, that's literally all I wanted to say, I guess. Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate you all, as always. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all taking care of yourself. You know, if you don't hear from me, I take like, I don't know, I have periods of my life where either I'm really busy or I just don't feel like having a fucking social media presence for a little while. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, which is cool and fine. And, you know, I know that a little bit down the road I'll probably get the itch again and I'll be more active on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. But for right now, I'm just vibing, and yeah, I just want to assure you that, you know, if I do disappear for a little bit, assume that I'm vibing and thriving and just chilling. So, yes. But yeah, that's all for this one. But before we end, I would like to thank my motherfucking patrons. Woo! Let's go, patrons. Thank you to all of you. Look at all these beautiful names. Thank you for your support, you guys. Yeah, I never know what to say here. I'm like a broken record. Y'all are so sweet to me, and I appreciate your support so much. And I hope you like what's going on over there. Yeah, thank you very much. Mwah. But yeah, if you would like to support me directly and have your name up here with all of these wonderful, wonderful people, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. Patreon.com/leechhuts is the link. So check that out if you would like to. Thank you. Also, my shop is still open. I think I'm going to close it soon. It's been kind of dead, but I've just been keeping it open because why not? I don't know when I'm going to close it. I'll do a little announcement, I guess, on my community tab when I do close it. But yes, if you've been thinking about getting something, now is the time. And yeah, that's just leechhuts.com/shop. Thank you. Okay, that's all for real this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a bit. Imagine I'm doing a peace sign right now. Is that what I do, or do I point? I actually can't remember. I'm doing both.